What's up guys, we're Manas. Recently we saw many videos talking about why people quit playing Lost Ark. We heard many complaints about Lost Ark users since it was released, but nowadays are a lot more serious than we think. Population massively reduced in global, and there are not enough users inside the game. There was a region emerged with various updates, but still Lost Ark does not seem to improve in ways players want. And that's why we thought of some solutions. First, one Chaos Dungeon and one Guardian Raid per character. Normally, we run 2 Chaos Dungeons and 2 Guardian Raids per character. It takes almost 30 minutes to finish it. If you only have 1 or 2 characters, there is no problem. However, Lost Ark users are recommended to raid fire morals instead of the main. It means that 3 hours are needed for daily homework. And that's a lot for dailies, so it must be reduced at least half. Plus, it's better if players can choose between Chaos Dungeon and Guardian Raid. Chaos Dungeon is solo content, and Guardian Raid is a co-op. Solo content is fine, but new players can easily get rejected finding a party for the Guardian Raid. If it's allowed to earn all rewards only by running Chaos Dungeon, it will be less stress consuming for new players who need to spend time finding a party. Second, adding roster-bound Rescage. Roster-bound Rescage is the same concept of Rescage that can be shared between characters. Let's pretend that you only do dailies for your main character and have several alts. Then you can get additional bound Rescage for not playing your alts. When you have enough roster bound Rescage, you can decide to apply all at one character. As a result, plenty of honing materials for your main. And this is important because adding a roster bound Rescage can provide players a chance to focus on their main. Third, a lot of salvation rental service. What is the most problematic component for gatekeeping in Lost Ark? Absolutely, cards. The DPS classes need a lot of salvation to enter higher end contents, but new players need to spend a lot of time to get them. If they don't want to spend their time, they need to spend a lot of money, but that's pay to win. Some can say, there are new players cards, but nobody wants new players cards. Players want a lot of salvation, so why not rent them? Let's make players spend gold and rent a lot of salvation weekly. Then new players can buy their time until they collect a lot of salvation for themselves. Fourth, selectable legendary card packs for clearing end contents. And this one is also for lowering the difficulty of collecting cards. Lost Ark Illusion raids are really well made, but rewards are not satisfying. To make players challenge more, motivation is a must. When they clear the raid for the first time, why not give them selectable legendary card packs? In this way, players can be motivated as they can get legendary cards they need. Fifth, change of Fians. Fian system is very complicated because it's related to monetization of Lost Ark. So I want to compare the needs of users and corporation to find an adjustment. In the aspect of Lost Ark users, Fians are nothing but a taxation of the company. The best ways to get rid of Fians, however, in the aspect of Smilegate, Fians are their monetization model. Players can exchange gold to blue crystals, but it's more efficient to just buy the blue crystal package they sell. It's also important for them to make profit. As an adjustment, I suggest one solution. Fians should not be applied on stones and tripods. Unlike accessories, Fians that can be spent are limitless. We only need to buy 5 accessories for our setting, but we don't know how many Fians will be spent on stones and tripods. 6. Adding mechanics that can recover mistakes. In Lost Ark Illusion raids, one player's mistake can kill everyone, and the raid becomes more difficult as they move on to next Legion commanders. However, we think that's not a great solution. We don't want to spend 20 minutes per gate again and again until no one makes a mistake. We think it's better to add some mechanics that can recover mistakes. For example, let's pretend that we're in Brawl Gate 6. Players get killed whenever 4 floors are destroyed. When someone made a mistake and accidentally destroyed one more floor than it should be, stagger bar periods below the boss for once. Then they should stagger the boss, and the floor resurrects as soon as the boss gets staggered. In this way, every try will be more meaningful. 7. No more meaningless grinding. In Lost Ark, there are lots of collectibles we need to farm. Island Souls, Mokoko Seeds, masterpieces, giant heart, skill points, and more. We personally think collectibles in Lost Ark is very well designed compared to other games. However, there is a worthless grinding content in Lost Ark. It's Tower. Tower is grinding content which you need to clear every single floor until you reach the top. It's not fun at all, survival mission gives so much stress to players. Then do rewards worth it? No. Rewards are not enough to replace our time. Then can we ignore them? Of course no. There are skill points or runes we need as a reward. To sum up, Tower is not enough meaningful content we must do. Fortunately, Smilegate changed number of floors of towers, and now Tower of Shadow and Tower of Fate only have 20 floors. Great change. However, Tower of Destiny, which is tier 3, still has 50 floors. Some of the floors in tier 3 tower have difficult missions to solve, but they are not rewarding enough. And therefore we believe tier 3 tower must be changed to 20 floors, giving all previous rewards. 8th, Livestream Communication. Since you play Lost Ark in both KR and Global, we noticed that Lost Ark Global does not communicate with users often. For better communication, Amazon should create a team which can deliver important notices or discussions they have with Smilegate. Then global users can know what's going on between Amazon and Smilegate. Lastly, additional hosting support for a global server. Between Lost Ark and Global, content gap is one of the big complaints. To solve the problem, Amazon released so many main contents in less than a year. And we all know when there's a new Legion raid, we need time to progress our gear to reach the given item level. However, time was too short. People had to do dailies again and again, and create several alts to catch up. In other words, there was no support of Amazon to provide additional ways to help them catch up main contents in a short period of time. We think there should be increase of honing chance and more horizontal contents, such as islands and summer events, for extra honing materials. Maybe certain merchants can sell honing materials too. And there are plenty of ways that can back up the speed of content release, and don't make Chaos Dungeon and Guardian Raid the only method to obtain honing materials. And that's all we wanted to talk about Lost Ark Global. We just want to see the game change in positive ways so that more gamers can jump in. If you have creative suggestions, please write them below. Thank you.